going to talk about is physical fat. This is the fat that you can see, the fat that shows up in photographs. Now, Coach Todd, you've been working out, you've been exercising, you've been motivating. What made you get into the business of helping people burn fat?
I think I love to see people when they're in a state of insecurity, when they're in a state of fear, when they're in a state of anger, whatever issue that they're dealing with their body. When you kind of like help them go through that transformation, the feeling is just like, for me, we talked a lot, Coach Mark. We both have the same drive to help people, especially the people that, that's open for the help. So for me, it's just to help the person reach their goal, to see them happy, to know that, I assisted them in feeling better with themselves. It also indirectly helps me because by me telling you about your mental fat and your emotional fat and your relational fat all contributes to your physical fat, it kind of keeps me conscious to keep my mind strong. It kind of keeps me conscious to be mindful of the things that I need to do. So I think this job entails a lot more than just me training. I have to get to know you as a person. I have to encourage you. And then as you go down the line, mental fat, I have to deal with your mental, your emotions. I have to deal with that. You might not feel like you ain't beat the day. I don't care. I don't want to, don't worry. Come on, you got this. The relationship, whatever you got going on when you're home, you might bring it to the gym. So now we got to deal with all of that or whatever's going on in your personal life. So, to keep it narrowed into what we're talking about, I just love helping people. So it's mainly that part. People that have those, those fears, those insecurity, and that need that assistance.
Ladies, when did you guys decide to get rid of physical fat?
Okay, I'll start. I went to Puerto Rico for a bachelorette party, and it was a time where everybody wanted to have themes and wear the same color bathing suits and things like that. So the theme was pink, and we had like these pale pink bathing suits. And when I saw the pictures, I said, oh, I look like a B12. Like, this looks terrible. So I was like, at that moment, I knew I needed to do something. This was back in 2017. I've never been like super skinny, but I've never like hated how I look. But I must say, like in grad school, it was a high stress time for me. I've always been a good student, been a overachiever as long as I can remember. And I think that's the Capricorn in me. I'm about my business, I'm about my money, and I'm about my academics. So in grad school, it was stressful because it was just a lot on me, like going to classes all day, going to internships, still trying to maintain relationships. And I gained a lot of weight in grad school. I gained maybe 30 pounds, and I'm short. I'm 5'4", and I was, at that point, I think I got up to like 230 pounds. And that was just a lot of weight on my little frame. And then when I went to Puerto Rico, and after the grad school, I started making money. I started traveling, I started happy an hour, and just living my best life. But then that would really show on my body. And so after that trip, I was like, I can't do this anymore. I don't like how I look. I don't like how I feel. It started impacting me socially. And I'm going out with my girlfriends, and I'm like, dang, am I the ugly friend now? I'm the fat friend. In my mind, these are things that I'm thinking of. So I walked into a big box gym to get a membership. And I was going to sign up for personal training because I'm like, I know I can't do this on my own. And this is something I've always struggled with. I have control over my academics, and I used to be my biggest critic, how the one thing that you're supposed to have control over is your own body, and you're failing at that. And I'm not good with failure because I am an achiever, I am a go-getter, I am a winner. And so when I'm failing at the one thing that I'm supposed to have control over, it was mentally messing with me, and that was making me procrastinate from going in there, and then that was messing with me emotionally, and then emotional baggage was causing me to gain weight, causing me more stress, causing me more anxiety, until I made that step to walk into the gym. I signed up for personal training, and then in the long run, I got a husband at the end of the day too. So
I agree. I feel like it's when you know that you don't like how you look anymore. You no longer can deal with how you look, basically. I feel the same. I hit a point where I'm just I've always been big, since I was a kid. I think in 8th grade, I was 200 pounds. I've always been big, but the creator in me, I've always had confidence because I've always been into makeup. I've always been I've always been able to take pictures with no problem, no matter what size I was. But it just got to a point where it was hard to walk up the steps. It's hard to, my kids want to go outside. I don't feel like it. I want to lay in the bed. And it got to, and then seeing my family and their health issues, I don't want that that for my kids. And I don't want my kids going to nobody else. I don't want to leave this earth and they got to go to somebody else. Like, I feel like they're in the best care with me. So I got to do what I got to do to be here in the long run for them.
It was that part for me, Marion. You know, with my son, I didn't want to leave this earth, and having some health issues that I had to deal with, I was like, all right, yeah, I can't do this, because I've always been a bigger girl myself, but also had the confidence. But once I had my little one, I was like, yeah, no, we got to get this weight off for sure.